Aloha and welcome back. I'm Panther and this is Control. I found out I should have checked it a little sooner and been more in line with what was going on. But I have to start doing the expansion quest in order to get the Easter egg.
Good luck out there.
Darkness engulfed the elevator. There was something there, reaching for her, trying to make her act. It was a distress call. Faden sensed a drowning man, a hunger in the dark. Investigation sector.
Investigation sector, huh?
Darkness engulfed the elevator. There was something there,
That's Alan Wake, by the way.
a presence. Jesse Faden could hear it. A call. It was faint, reaching for her from a dark place. Faden was sensitive to visitations. She had them all the time. From her guiding star and the previous director. She was the perfect receiver. As if she'd been made for this. Faden paused to feel it. The force at play here. It was changing things around her, subtle, trying to make her act. Faden didn't like that. Her guide felt it too. Polaris didn't flare up in defense as with the hiss. So it wasn't all bad. Not a hostile transmission. It was powerful, but it was coming from far away. And made weak because of the distance. It was a distress call. Faden sensed a drowning man. A man desperate to escape. She sensed something else too. A hunger in the dark. Not unlike the hostile resonance. Waiting. She knew that desperate acts can have grim consequences. It was this, more than the man's despair, that made her follow the call. The elevator lights winked back on. The darkness receded like a memory. There was a new button on the elevator control panel. Investigation sector. Faden pressed the button. The elevator doors slid shut with practiced bravado.
We should check this out.
Yeah, it's in here. The special room.
Hello? Anyone here?
Guess not.
Here is the latest agents confirmed missing, presumably dead, from the containment breach yesterday. Letters of condolences will be delivered to you to sign prior to sending them to their families. You will be updated as soon as the additional confirmations were made. Also, as per your request, a network engineer checked how many cases were backed up digitally. Unfortunately, a large number of active investigations were not yet archived. And the only hard copies of reports exist behind the fire break. They're lost, I'm afraid.
Seems a lot more crowded than the rest of the Bureau.
Per authorization of Mr. Kirkle, internal investigation has launched into ethic practices of Dr. Casper Darling, head of research. Despite accounts of Anonymous regarding inhuman treatment of a current housed in Bureau, our official findings regarding this were inconclusive. Numerous obstacles arose during the investigation. Majority of sector personnel seemed to wholly unaware of any such contained there. One confirmed code name to be, but all files pertaining to that name were inaccessible, being classified under the highest level of security. Investigators were seemingly blocked from entering research wing to interview the staff. The matter is further complicated by the lack of clarity on whether non-human paranormal entities warrant humane treatment. While this investigation cannot address any charges against Dr. Darling, we do recommend investigating into research. Dr. Dennis, or Mr. Dennis, a request came through recently from FBI agent asking for all files on the Bright Falls, specifically on disappearances of the author Alan Wake. Per interagency information exchange agreement, I had some paper pushers gather up a folder of pre-approved files. Don't worry, all inappropriate materials were either missing or redacted. But I'm writing to let you know that we received this request from a special agent named Alex Casey. Sounds familiar, right? That's because Alex Casey is the name of the fictional detective in those hard-boiled crime books Alan Wake wrote. Pretty interesting that an FBI agent sharing the name of the famous character Wake wrote is looking into a case dealing with the writer's fiction coming true. I think this is worth looking into, but what's your opinion? Just give me the word, and I'll start an investigation on this guy. That kind of scared me. Tractor. Huh. No, you can't get in my way. We stopped at Keystone on the way to target AWE like you asked. I'm sending my report directly to you to try and keep a lid on this morals desertion issue. We can't find any signs of them here. Given their records, it's possible they've switched teams, like you suspected. But I don't think that's the case. An event definitely occurred here in Keystone, and I think Grumman and Morals got caught up in it. The entire population has vanished into the air. Reminds me of Ordinary Case, but that was just adults, and I'm remembering the file, if I'm remembering the file correctly. This is different. I think our guys are casualties, not traitors. If it was an AWE, it seems to be over. We walked into the whole town, and the only strange thing we noticed is markings on various buildings. two overlapping circles with a dot in the shared space. Could be unrelated. I'll show you a picture when I get back. In the meantime, you should send a team out here to cordon this place off. Maybe get some comm guys to work a cover story. What's with this tractor? Oh, okay. Growling like a bear. That sounds familiar.
Now that gate should open.
To whom it may concern, this is with great anger and regret that I tender my resignation as head of investigations of the FBC. I do this in protest of rampant disregard for my department's probably safety. My staff cannot continue to work in these conditions. Previous requests and warnings have fallen on deaf ears, so I must rely on my actions to speak louder than my words ever could. I blame this condition on our who has routinely ignored my requests for assistance in reclaiming parts of the investigation sector lost to loose inside. I will never forget the screams of the brave agents begging for us to open the fire break. I will carry that shame for the rest of my days. The director has failed his agents. Staffing issue. Huh. I'm not reading that one fully because that's a hefty chunk. So it wants me to go that way, but I want to go this way. Underhill background. I want to read this. Dr. Raina Underhill is a professor at the University of Woodrow in United Kingdom, where she teaches biology with a focus on botany. Dr. Underhill once worked with the Bureau as a parabotanist stationed at the research sector of the oldest house. She served with no incidents or demerits, and is praised by the house who firmly worked with her, including Darling. Dr. Underhill has no connections with paracriminal organizations or any record of breaching her NDAs since leaving the Bureau. Her civilian behavior has been ideal, with the exception of ongoing personal relationship with Dr. Darling that has appeared to have begun during the time as co-workers. Revisited intermittently ever since. Depending on the duration of her work in the oldest house, it may be required to have both parties send a relationship clearance form. This investigation has found no complaining reason to deny Dr. Darling's request to offer Dr. Underhill an interim position with the aim of finding the solution to the mold threshold issue. Oh. Oh, the reflections work. That's cool. Trent, official warning. Kirkland, I grow tired of your blatant attempts to lay your incompetence upon my doorstep. I know you want this to be true, but you're head of investigations. This failure is your responsibility. What do you think would happen holding a dangerous specimen in investigations? Containment sector exists for a reason. They are better trained and better equipped for this type of work. In fact, they admittedly taken on certain AOE monitoring responsibilities that your staff are no longer capable of. This happens more and more now. And don't think your pretty internal investigations have gone past my notice. You're a worm. Everything I've done has been for the benefit of the Bureau. Prime Candidate program only failed because of Darling. You are both failures plotting against me. You are traitors, but the truth will emerge out of you. You have chosen to become my enemy, Kirkland. Now, you won't want to be. Jesus. Fucking paranoia at its finest. Per authorization has launched into Trench. Recent aggressive behavior observed by staff, however, investigation was aimed Okay. Here. Specimen escape assignment. Expected reports. Technicians were able to recover research notes on the specimen from internal network. The specimen became displaying a sharp increase in aggressive behavior, cross-referencing that date with various logs found with two events inconsistent with this sector's daily routine. 1. Air filters were changed. 2. The hour prior to the incident, a civilian named Alice Wake entered the sector regarding an unrelated investigation. Given their connection to the same AOE case, it's likely that Mrs. Wake's presence is relative to this specimen's escape. Don't think I didn't notice it was Wake. Jesus. There's the fire break.
I'm no detective, but something definitely happened here.
The Blessed Organization. This group individual has operated outside of the Bureau's notice for decades, perhaps longer, displaying a level of skill and caution rarely seen in paracriminal groups. A review of past cases has found various mentions of their activity over the years. In 2016, a production company called Blessed Pictures was connected to an altered item case, as well as the death of an agent from exposure to illicit paranatural materials. In 1994, a Los Angeles-based public speaker named Chester Bless was involved in illegal use of an altered item. In 1988, a business called Bless Repair and Service was suspected of involvement in an object of power case, perhaps even creating it. None of these businesses or individuals have been located. However, their connection to appearances of altered items and objects of power is too direct to be coincidental. An arrest order has been issued for any personnel believed to be involved with the Blessed Organization. Huh. You don't say. Oh no.
each other? This feels familiar. I can't seem to... I've forgotten it. I'm sorry. My name is Alan Wake.
Mr. Scratch.
Who are you? Who are you? Do I know you?
I'm your friend Tom. Tom Zane. There's nothing to worry about.
Tom. The poet. The diver. You look different.
That was just a role. A character.
Oh,
The
right.
protagonist I played in my old film. I'm a filmmaker.
Oh, shit.
No terror like yourself. We're working on this together, remember? An artistic collaboration. You need a drink. Gib es.
Endless darkness. Nothing holds still.
But we're very close now. You've been writing. I found a way to escape. It'll work this time.
Writing.
You found a way!
No. I don't... Wait. There's something. It's my double. He's out there. I've seen him.
Yeah. Nothing to worry about. I'm dealing with it. It's fine, my friend. Let me handle him.
You've met him? What the hell?
Now, come on. You misunderstand me.
The poet that she knew is the same guy from Alan Wake.
That was Alan Wake, the writer who went missing in that AWE case I read about. What's he doing here?
There's this door, but then there's this door.
And Thomas Zane was with him. The poet. No, wait. He was a filmmaker. I always remember that wrong.
Something's off. You see it? It's nighttime. Normally it's not nighttime. I'm fucking sorry. Stop that.
Dr. Emil Hartman, devoured by hungry darkness, became the thing that had been Hartman. Broke loose, killed everyone it could, lurking, roaming, waiting. Then something else came, a resonance. The thing that had been Hartman went through another change.
No, we're definitely listening to that.
Dr. Emil Hartman was desperate. The Federal Bureau of Control had stolen his life's work. This was his last chance, his final experiment. What he'd been too scared to do before. Hartman dove into the lake, was taken, devoured by hungry darkness, became the thing that had been Hartman. Only an echo of him remained, fragmented impulses on autoplay, violent, bloodthirsty darkness in the driver's seat. Emerging from the lake, the thing was captured by the FBC, brought in, contained, studied. The thing broke loose, killed everyone it could. The FBC fell back and sealed the sector. The thing was alone in the dark, lurking, roaming, waiting. Then something else came. Not darkness, but similar enough. A sound. A resonance. It shouldn't be a surprise. If there's one, why not another? The darkness inside the thing could have been immune, could have resisted, fought, could have been passed by, passed through with no effect. But it didn't, and it wasn't. Maybe it had grown weaker over time, not aged. It was timeless, but weaker with no link to its source. A metamorphosis followed. The thing that had been Hartman went through another change.
Fantastic. Oh, I was always afraid of this place. What? Goddamn, I wanna go down there. Oh wait, I might have to.
Damp and abandoned. Why did Wake want me to come here?
Would have been a lot more scary if you didn't have a glowing freaking barrier. Hello. I don't want that.
That doesn't look like a house shift. Do I even want to know?
Let's stabilize this area. Or not. Shaded facade? Sorry, shaded facet. Shit. Hartman arrest. What? That's a lot. Weapon reload after season. I don't like combine ones that I have to do one thing in order to get the actual effect.
Of course, the Hiss are already in here.
Duh. Oh, fine. I could get through there. Stupid fucking goddamn it. Fine.
Whoa. Looks like the house has gotten a little wild in here.
I don't know what that's about. What? Okay, fine. Can't go that way.
This darkness is blocking the door, so light burns it away, huh? Makes sense.
It's exactly like Alan Wake. If you didn't have a flashlight, you were boned. Mole. You stay here. Ooh. You're a new one. I won't grab that one just yet. Interesting. Okay. Surge. You are new. Okay. Oh, damn it. All right, we'll go with that. That might be useful. Okay. Ah. I actually... It's not as powerful as my charge.
The third thing. The sound made darker, the darkness made louder. Hartman was stretched, like a worm through time. The third thing was a monster. Now he crashed out of darkness toward Faden.
Sorry, what?
The resonance carves its way through the thing that had been Hartman, vibrating, remolding. The sound changes the darkness, and the darkness changes the sound. They both changed what remained of Hartman. They all turned into something else. A third thing. The sound made darker. The darkness made louder. Hartman was stretched. Stretched as anyone when seen from out of time, like a worm through time. Almost an Ouroboros, a spiral, a maelstrom. The gravity well of a black hole, twisting inward, tightening, taking you deeper and deeper to the bottom, the heart, and through to the other side. The third thing said, when you hear this, you will know you're in new you. He said, we build you till nothing remains. He said, under the conceptual reality, behind this reality, you must want these ways to drag you away. He said, baby, 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 yeah, orange peel. The third thing was a monster. He'd tear apart any ordinary person crossing his path. Now he crashed out of darkness toward Faden. There was nothing ordinary about Faden.
Fan-flickin-tastic. I'm not going to go searching just yet. I want to light up this room first. And here we go. Now if something wants to come at me. So you put me on desk duty just because I did the thing that I was fucking hired to do? My job? Want to know what I called that? Bullshit. Asking us to interrogate this scum without using words like altered item, AWEs, or paracriminal is the stupidest thing I have heard in my life. I heard the same fucking stupid things. I heard some fucking stupid things. They already know the facts. Hell, they know just as much as us, if not more. And they get to sit there laughing at us while we dance around our words, trying not to leak classified terminology. They already know fucking terminology. If you think pulling me off of the case will stop me, think again. That shit blew up those tracks. He killed those people. All to make a train turn altered. We have him dead to rights, and you need to let me back into the interrogation cell so I can get to flip his get him to flip on his buddies. These people are terrorists and deserve to be treated as such. This won't stop unless we stop them. Huh. I live over there. Like, almost specifically where I shot. Most of my friends live over here somewhere. Fantastic to know that, huh? And this game takes place... Where is it? I'm not familiar with the East... the East Coast. Could have swore I was around here. Oh well. NASA Corporation Review. Following the NASA FBC coordination agreement in 1972, the Bureau has provided NASA with numerous technological advancements based on our research, including black rock lining now found in space-faring vessels. In return, all data gathered during the space missions is made available for the Bureau researchers to analyze. Recently, certain individuals have raised the concern that this relationship does not adequately benefit the Bureau, either intellectually or financially. Intellectually. Jesus fucking Christ. Though examinations of the costs acquired by both organizations have shown that the expense of NASA's recent launch of far outweighs any spending related to the processing and delivery of black rock. From its medium Earth orbit, will provide the Bureau with unparalleled resource for remotely monitoring and photographing AWE sites, a resource that would be lost if this partnership ends. In the opinion of this committee, that maintains a cooperative relationship with our NASA colleagues is of vital importance. Black market. A black market hub specializing in the trade of occult talismans, relics, and assorted ceremonial objects, as well as genuine altered and paranatural materials, was raided in Czech Republic by a team of specialized investigators. Unsuccessful attempts by suspects to escape using altered items resulted in numerous casualties and prevented the Bureau from questioning all the participants. The following interrogations revealed that not only there is a vast network of retailers, but that they seem to be gathering information about altered items and other paranatural materials from sources unknown to the Bureau. To the Bureau's concern, this is threefold. A. There is a growing underground market for paranatural materials, which implies a growing awareness of their existence among niche group of general public. B. Criminal individuals do not seem aware of the item's paranatural powers and their attempts to activate them could prove devastating if done in populated areas. Or C. Motivations of these collectors are largely unknown. Oh!
Darkness everywhere. New day, same old bloody city. The old thing. Like tar but good for nothing. Get rid of it.
Air here is getting bad. The
vents, they are full of mold shit. It's not good for you. Headache, nausea, mold, depression. How can you tell when you are in? Helvetin home. Kysyisin saatana päästä eroon. Lads in here have died standing up. Lighten them up.
Ah, more plants. All right, let's go make some new friends.
That's it for this episode. I just realized how long it's been. I will catch you all in the next one, where we go deeper into the darkness. Until then, have fun, be safe, and aloha.